all of us were together, and I think we all did see the same thing last night. There was this fairly dim, I saw it as sort of orangish object that first we looked up and we could notice it moving. It looked somewhat initially to me like a satellite, but then I saw it become suddenly much brighter. It literally like flashed a big bright light. It was very impressive, and that is a characteristic, I think, of a number of the sightings that have been around here. A lot of the people here have this sense of actually asking the ships to light up, and then they send out this bright signal and then they dim down again. And so it sent out this exceedingly bright pulse. It almost had the quality of a firework about to go off. Then it dimmed back down and was wobbling, and I saw it sort of flash a little bit more, and then it seemed to vanish, but it was actually because it just seemed to like phase shift and zip off at a very high speed, and it was very impressive. And then I stayed up later and continued to watch the sky. I saw a number of other objects that just in the completely dark sky looked like a star at first, or something, maybe a satellite dimly moving, and suddenly it brightened up really bright and then dimmed down, almost so dim you couldn't see it. And then I had noticed there was a big flash there, so I kept looking in that part of the sky, and then sure enough, flashed again and then went off. It wasn't flashing with any periodicity or anything. Didn't seem to be anything but this mysterious, very dim light that periodically would get very bright. And that, to me, was one of the most notable features of the things I saw here, this brightening up and then dimming down quality. So that's what I saw last night.
All right, Sasha?
I also saw the same two on the first of the light, which did get exceptionally bright and was moving very fast, faster than the satellite that I've seen. And it did correspond in timing to the sort of collective wish and request for it to light up, and soon enough it flared quite bright, and then dimmed down a bit. And then very quickly I just saw one other, it looked like a star, but a light in the sky that was relatively dim, exploded in a very bright display and then dimmed down again, at least twice.
Oh, great. Okay, does
I
anybody
do have a comment.
else have something else they want to add to the...
Yeah, I do. If I may, last night when we were all standing out here, I noticed afterwards and during the time that this object went over, just thinking about it all quickly, that we were all sitting there, man, taking and well, if it's a UFO, okay, do something. We were thinking about it, but I noticed that we all had lights, flashlights. Sharon had a laser, I had a laser, and I had my light and my bright one too, and when we responded to it, okay, with light, and that so far I've seen that twice here. I've seen it also at my house. To these high-flying objects, they seem to respond to an SOS type light, okay, like you would expect an aircraft or something up there would, like somebody is paying attention, looking down, and it flashed back more than twice, which could be maybe just a sequence, but it didn't do that because it was bright over here, flashed a couple times, waited, moved, wavered, then flashed a couple times again after all of us flashed the lights.
Right.
And
it was definitely an interactive feeling.
I mean, when you're pointing lasers at something and a 12 million candle, flashlight, okay, that's intensely, it's a xenon short arc light from outer space that looks like the sun. I mean, it's very bright, and the lasers would look very bright too at that altitude. So I would suspect that everybody got an answer back, okay, that yes, we saw you. But whatever it was moving much faster than any satellite that I've seen, okay, aircraft that I have seen conventional. I'm not going to speak about non-conventional, let's just talk conventional. This thing was moving about 2.5 arc seconds of the sky, for any of you technical type, from one horizon to the next, approximately 2.5 arc seconds. That's fast. That's incredibly fast. That means that the whole thing lasted just a little under 15 seconds, okay? And from horizon to horizon. And I was amazed at what I saw. It was responsive, I think, to everyone that was here from what we saw, except for the last flash. That was what caught my eye.
Yeah.
And that there, when we were all looking up, when we all sat there and responded to this thing with lights, we all went, yay, and James sat there and said, you know, one more time, okay, man, for old time's sake kind of thing as it's going by. And it let out a flash that was exceptionally bright. Would you not say that?
Absolutely.
I mean, that was, that's what I'm saying. It was very, very bright. And it was like, it was saying hi and goodbye at the same time.
Great.